So today we're talking about the fertile window. So if you are trying to get pregnant and you are stressing out about when you're ovulating and how to time things, then this video is going to explain everything to you in a really calm, clear, easy way. And I'm going to give some examples from both a Western medicine point of view and traditional Chinese medicine. I'm Gabby. I have a traditional Chinese medicine acupuncture clinic here in the UK. And one of the most common things I hear in my clinic is, we've been trying to get pregnant for years now. We've done everything right and nothing is happening. What is going on? The fear of never getting a positive pregnancy test can give incredible pressure to the situation. It makes you feel panicked and worried and exhausted, especially when you've researched everything and you're trying to do everything right. And the truth is, your fertile window is not really as narrow or as fragile as many women have been led to believe. It might just be a matter of getting your timings wrong. So from a Western medicine perspective, the fertile window is told to us as the 5 days leading up to ovulation and the day of ovulation itself. And this is because the sperm can survive inside you for about 5 days, while the egg can only live for about 12 to 24 hours. So we try and time sex before ovulation because that's when the conception can happen. I like to think of it as having the sperm there waiting in the fallopian tube for the egg to dive straight into it. Now, in my clinic and in traditional Chinese medicine, we don't see the fertile window as being a one-date thing. We see it as a transition between the yin energy and the yang energy. And that really depends on a really strong base of yin, sufficient and nourished blood, the smooth flow of blood and qi, and then that transformation into yang. And the timing of this can change depending on how stressed you're feeling, how busy you are. Even going on holiday flying can affect it, which is why your app might struggle to predict this accurately and things can get a little bit out of alignment. Now, fertility is a secret subject for many people, which is why I love posting on YouTube. Because if you like or share this with somebody else or subscribe to my channel, it's pretty much anonymous. But if you do that, it really helps other women in this position to find the video and get some help as well. So if this is already starting to sound like some kind of information that you'd like, then click those buttons and help me share this information to everybody else. I put videos up every week, so there's more and more stuff coming out for you to see. Now, if you've watched some of my earlier videos, you'll know that one of my big bugbears is the prolific use of generic fertility apps. In fact, I can probably guarantee that you're already using an app to tell you when your fertile window is. And chances are, if you've been trying to get pregnant for more than 6 months using this method, then it's wrong. I hate to tell you this, but these months that you've been relying on that app telling you when your fertile window is may not have been correct and time may have been wasted. So listen up. This is where we're going to get things absolutely correct so that you know each month when you're trying, it's going to be with purpose and the chances of you getting pregnant are going to increase. Now, as mentioned before, your ovulation can change depending on what's happening in your world. You are not a robot, things are going to move, and it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. If your ovulation doesn't happen when you think it's going to, doesn't mean that you're in the perimenopause or you have no eggs left. I'd like you to track your ovulation accurately so that then you have the reassurance that you can see it's happening and time it properly. And hopefully that will reduce your anxiety and stop endlessly obsessing and Googling and searching to find things to improve your fertility. So instead of using the apps, I would prefer people use temperature charting. I think it's fantastic. The only downside is that you can only see ovulation once it's happened. You can't use it to predict. So what we do is look at what has happened over the last couple of months and use that to predict the next month, and then begin having purposeful sex, 5 days before this predicted date. And then every other day until 3 days after, you can confirm that your ovulation has happened from the temperature chart. I don't want you doing the sex every day, not even twice a day. I mean, gold star for you if that's your home situation, but every other day is what is optimum for getting pregnant. You may also notice that your cervical mucus changes a few days before ovulation. This allows the sperm to travel through your body in a more efficient way, helping it get to that egg. And so this is something that is reassuring for you, but I don't want you to obsess about it. It's a guide. Your body's giving you a clue that ovulation is happening. It's not an absolute. Now, of course, sometimes life likes to throw a spanner in the works. So if you're unable to have sex every other day around that fertile window because you're on a hen do, or you're poorly, or work's got in the way, or your partner's away with somebody, or gone on a works trip, try not to stress. You've got to do your best every month without being like a maniac trying to control it. What we're looking for is balance. And I know from my own personal experience, I had 3 miscarriages before my son, that my life was taken over by trying to manage, improve, understand my fertility. And I know it's hard to just relax, but I want you to know the optimum mind space I would suggest is do everything that you can, control the controllables, and just let go what you can't control. You have to learn to roll with what the universe gives you, and it's good practice for when you have your baby. So just to recap, a fertile window is best measured through temperature charting. And I do have a video on how to do this in more detail, so go and have a look at that. And if you do want some more information, I also have a free download so that you can click on the link in the bio there and work through it at home. Because I know this is quite a complicated topic for a lot of people, and you've probably been getting lots of different information from different sources. So if you want more clarity, take the free download and then have a look at the video on temperature charting, and that should put you in a really calm, confident place as to you knowing what's happening with your body.